In the shadow of a grand estate built for Olympic dreams, betrayal lurks. John du Pont, a name that once echoed in the wrestling world, sat atop a mountain of wealth and ambition, but beneath that glimmering facade lay a storm ready to break. His whirlwind 90-day marriage to therapist Gail Wenck crumbled surprisingly fast, an implosion echoed by her shocking $5 million lawsuit. With debts piling high and scandal whispering through the shadows, this was just the beginning of a catastrophic spiral, one that would threaten to engulf his empire, tarnish his legacy, and fracture his family. As DuPont established an elite wrestling training center on his luxurious Pennsylvania estate, the facade of this sanctuary was almost hypnotic. Olympic dreams flourished here, but beneath the carefully curated surface, an eerie calm hinted at deeper turmoil. One misstep, one overlooked warning sign could unravel everything, a danger that loomed closer with each passing day. The world was waiting, sensing that a reckoning was drawing ever nearer. Behind the polished doors of his estate, John's decision-making spiraled into chaos, rattled by his personal demons. Gail Wenck's lawsuit peeled back layers of troubling behavior, exposing vulnerabilities that shocked even those closest to him. Athletes and family members began to question their roles. Were they part of a legacy, or mere pawns in a man's perilous game? As reckless spending escalated, so did the tension. DuPont's ties to the wrestling community began to fray, and the complexities of Gail's lawsuit painted a grim picture of deception. Friends and family began to speculate, who really stood to gain from the downfall of this troubled billionaire? The whispers of betrayal grew louder, and the looming catastrophe became impossible to ignore. Attempts to manage public perception crumbled amidst shocking allegations surrounding Olympic champion Dave Schultz, who would become embroiled in the emerging scandal. What was once John DuPont's legacy of glory transformed into a chilling narrative of catastrophe. Cornered and desperate, the wrestling world watched as both his reputation and empire began to unravel. The fallout grew darker as family disputes over DuPont's staggering $500 million estate erupted into a bitter legal struggle. A foreign athlete, claiming her stake, ignited fierce battles, and the emotional toll crept beyond the courtroom. Reputations shattered, families torn apart. The very essence of trust crumbled as alliances fractured under pressure, and the echoes of betrayal felt like thunder rolling in. Then, a shocking twist. Evidence emerged that tied DuPont's personal struggles to the violent incidents that would seal his fate. How did private issues escalate into a public tragedy? Who knew the extent of John's darkness, and why was nothing done to contain it? The wrestling community was left reeling, questioning the cost of ambition as it morphed into devastating reality. As John faced his demons, an uncertain future loomed ahead. The public fallout swelled. Athletes reevaluated their associations with him, while family members grappled with their own guilt. His once illustrious legacy began to erode, and with it came a chilling truth. There would be no victors in this ruinous battle. The end came suddenly, with John DuPont serving a court-imposed sentence, dealing the final blow to an already shattered existence. Emotional reverberations settled in like dense fog, leaving families, friends, and the entire wrestling community to face the aftermath. Trust was irrevocably broken, lives dismantled, and legacies obliterated. Every individual involved paid a heavy price, as ambition revealed its true cost. A haunting lesson echoed through the wreckage. In the pursuit of greatness, the line between triumph and tragedy is perilously thin.